Hi, my name is Giles Pearson and I'm one of the directors of Account Tests Limited, and the purpose of this video is to assist in the interpretation of the New Zealand Part Qualified Accountant report. So if I'm looking at one of these, the first thing I would do would be to go down towards the bottom of the first page, and you can see the time taken. So these tests are timed at 30 minutes, so if the time taken says 30, your candidate was still working on the test when their time ran out. If it's less than 30, you can see how long they spent in the test. If we skip over the introductory page, go to the top of page 3, so this is the most critical part of the report. So this shows you how your candidate sits against the several hundred other people who've already sat this test. So you get to see what percentile they're at, and Stuart in this case is on the 47th percentile. What that means is that they will be better than 46 out of 100 part qualified New Zealand accountants, not as good as 52 out of 100, so pretty much right in the middle. So the average group for part qualified accountants will be between, say, the 35th and the 65th percentiles. So this is not about a pass-fail mark, it's not about a percentage grade for an exam, it's simply a comparison to all the other people who have completed the test, and gives you a good idea as to where your candidate sits in comparison to the technical knowledge of others with a similar level of experience. So it might be that if you've got a job that is more technically demanding, you'll be looking for somebody who's above the 50th percentile, maybe above the 60th percentile. If it's more of a role for somebody with less experience, then you might be looking down below the 50th, maybe down to the 30th percentile, and that level of skills may well be perfectly acceptable. At the bottom of this page, you see how they did on the questions, right, wrong, and omitted. So the omitted questions, you can't tell directly from the report whether your candidate simply only got to question 35 and didn't see the last 5 questions, or whether they skipped questions that they didn't know the answers to. So the questions in this test load randomly, and the possible answers load randomly as well, so there's quite good safeguards against candidates cheating the report. The next page will help you certainly with understanding where your candidate omitted questions. So if they've skipped questions that they couldn't answer, they'll generally be the advanced ones, whereas if they simply ran out of time, then you'd expect to see those omitted questions being spread evenly between the basic, intermediate, and advanced areas. So this part of the report simply shows you how they did against the questions at those different difficulty levels. The next page then goes through and allows you to slice and dice in a different way against the different areas of the test. So whether it's the double entry accounting, so sort of more basic accounting skills, the accounting section, which talks more about some accounting practices, tax, and then the management and business analysis, which is the advisory part for the public practice area. So it might be that there's a particular area that you want to see how your candidates performed on, or there might be an area that actually the job you're looking at doesn't have much of that work in it, and therefore you're not that interested in that area and you want to focus on the others. The next page, or the next 2 pages, go through on a question by question basis, so allow you to see what the question was about, which part of the test it was from, whether it was basic, intermediate, or advanced, and whether your candidate got it right, wrong, or omitted it. We don't give you the questions themselves, but this gives you enough information to give you an idea as to what areas are covered, and to drill down that bit further if you want to see where your candidate perhaps struggled. And then the last page simply goes through the interpretation, which is what we're talking about here. So hopefully that was helpful. If you are new to account tests or you've got a report in front of you that you're really not sure about, then very happy for you to get in contact with us. Just email us at help@accounttests.com and we can make a time to discuss the report with you. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video.